2 more questions for you. What do you think is a good time frame to go back for back testing for a lot of people that are watching and they want to do this for themselves? Because I don't know if you need 2 years worth of data. I honestly think you might have gone a little overboard. What do you think?
I agree, because we are trading on a lower time frame. We're trading on the 15-minute. The sample size you're going to get, like if you're trading on the daily, you're going to have, if you're doing the A1, just to say you're taking the A1 setups on the daily, you're going to have 2 trades throughout the whole year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just one of those things where you're on the lower time frame. I think that outperforms the sample size you're going to get is going to outperform, you know, going back years.
Right. So if you're saying if you're trading on a high time frame, you need more data because
exactly
moving slower. But if you're doing, we're doing 15-minute, 1 minute kind of thing, 1 hour even, you don't need 2 years. So what would you? Exactly. I tell people 3 to 6 months. Do you think that's reasonable?
I think it is, especially like, I mean, even with the day-one systems, you're under 1 minute.
You're going to get a lot of ideas.
Exactly. You generate tons of ideas throughout a week.
And markets change. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like if you go back a year, it might be different. It might not be, you know what I mean?
Well, this is another thing too. Like, I can't remember who I was speaking to, but I'm like, seeing these results in 2020, where you've had US election, global pandemic, recession, geopolitical events, riots. 2020 has just been one of those years. And we know we've had a quiet period. The markets haven't been behaving like they should. You know, market behavior has been different. Stocks only go up this year. Like, everything's just been one of those, it's been one of those years. So to see this performance in a system trading the FX market, it's very promising to see it can just survive such a year with so much financial, I wouldn't say disaster, but just difference.
What's even more promising is I've seen this now for 5 years, because my first spreadsheet goes back to 2015. Now it's not as great as your spreadsheet, but now I have.
Yeah, but the results are there. Yeah, exactly.
Very similar percentages. And now we're 2 different people putting it. I mean, because you and I are similar, bro. That's why we work well together. Because like I go overboard too. When I did this for my first testing, when I built the A1, the beginner course, I mean, hundreds of markups, way too many. Did not need that many, right? Just unnecessary. But I wanted to be that sure about it before I put my name on it and put it out to the world. But now you go back to those markups, they look the same as the patterns we're trading today, and the statistics still look the same. So it shows you that I think because something about the Forex market makes it more technical, like technical analysis, more price-based than any other market. And I think it's because you're not seeing gaps, and you are seeing it controlled by whatever bank or institution you want to say is driving the change in currency rates. I do think that to some extent it is controlled.
Definitely. 100%. And that's just like, I think, and there's not much manipulation in Forex either.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, controlled doesn't mean manipulated. I don't mean manipulated. I mean controlled, like in the sense that algos are controlling it by placing certain orders that are based on interest rate decisions and things like that, you know? But no, I don't think there's a lot of manipulation, which is why these patterns continue to work time and time again. Because algos are trading it, and the algos are pattern recognition machines that are just repeating patterns. That's why I think it works. That's what you're showing with these statistics, is that the patterns repeat. And if you can narrow down the patterns to be high probability ones with the indicators that we use, you've got a winning strategy. So my final question for you, if you could go back to when you first joined ASFX, would you ask yourself, or would you tell yourself to do this sooner? Or do you think that it came to you in time and it was appropriate, like you needed to go through some stuff? Or would you just go back and jump right into the back testing?
That is such a great question. I think I would do it exactly how I've done it. I experienced the system. I demo traded it since April for 3 or 4 months, and I didn't do any testing on it because I saw people in the group trading it. I went through the course, and because it was so systematic the way you're teaching it, it's like you can't mess it up. It's so rules based. You write down the rules. You know when to get in, where to put your stop, and how to manage your trade as it progresses. So I was just doing that, and I was profitable. So I'm like, okay, cool. But as soon as I started putting my live capital after 4 months into it, that's when I found myself just not getting involved in as many trades as I should be. And then that's when I got stuck into the back testing, just to build, like you're saying before, my confidence.
Got it. And now I think, like what you've said multiple times in this video, and what I take out of this, selectivity is the answer. Selectivity is the way. Do less, do it better, do it bigger. 2021. That's the focus, right? Because
that's it.
That's what this that's it, man. That's what this testing shows. It shows you that even if you are, like, again, just going back to what we showed at the beginning, if you were to take the divergence trades away, which I do sometimes, and so do you, you're not trading that often, but you're winning so much more than you're losing, and you're not giving back bigger losses than your wins. You're profitable. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people get caught up in the social media, what other traders say they're doing, what the hedge funds say they're. All you need is a system, guys. For everybody watching, if you're this far in and you're not in ASFX, of course, we recommend you check out what we're pushing. But at the same time, just find a system. Like, you need something that you can test, prove repeatable, and then filter down to high probability trades. That's what a system is. And this is, dude, your work here is incredible. I seriously am beyond impressed.
Value from this, like, it just shows the importance of following a systematic plan. If you're jumping into the market blindly and you're just taking trades here and there off a feeling or just kind of a pattern you see regularly without testing it, make sure it performs well over time. Like Austin was saying, he's got these systems and this pattern from 5 years ago. Like, you can't, and we're seeing it perform more or less the same statistics in 2020.
Yep.
So, I mean, not to brag about a system, but there are systems out there like this, but you can see it firsthand that these results don't lie. Like, it's just testing it. Like, it's just insane to see this. Like, I've tested systems before with 45, 50% win rate.
Yeah.
Like, but without the trade management and everything. And it's just like seeing the system, how it performs, even trading, because I trade the system.
Right.
Like, I got the results. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, it's just amazing. And just seeing these results, I just look forward to getting a much bigger sample size now. Like, this is 230 trades of like 4 pairs.
Exactly.
Imagine doing order GBP in Euro pairs, you know, and getting over 1,000 trades of sample size and then seeing, I just think it'll be amazing.